Okay, I think very briefly, a lot of this seems to be about where we draw the line. When you go back to first principles, why should we have freedom of speech from that principle, where then we draw the line to a couple of sentences?
Okay.
Actually, my question is very similar. What's wrong with society saying, as a majority or as a group, these things are off limits? What's wrong with society taking ownership of the way it operates?
Well, I agree with Douglas with your views on notice and the Pentagon and those things. I think you make a step when you say truth, and then you say, in my opinion, that's true.
Well, I was trying to be more polite.
Yes, no, I appreciate that, but it was still an opinion. I thought not truth.
Anybody else want to just say something? Because I very much. Okay, you, then you.
Well, just in the interest of not confirming Saeed's point, it's worth stating that the main Muslim organisations in the UK continuously publish press releases stating their condemnation of terrorist attacks and all sorts of attacks, including the ones on the cartoonists in Denmark. And the fact that someone like Douglas, who actually, seems to focus primarily on the Muslim community, doesn't seem to be aware of these or seems to ignore them, is actually a confirmation of my point, which is that Douglas is on a platform talking about how these things aren't happening. They are actually happening, but none of you are hearing about it, and that's the issue.
Can I pick on that very quickly?
No, you can't. I want to get the
your
other
free speech has been denied.
I've just become a bit confused now about what offence is and what it means to be offended. Like walking down the street and being offended, I just don't understand how that compares to being offended. Like,
I think so.
I just want clarification.
Anybody else just want to? Was there anybody else with their hand up? Okay, quickly.
Quickly, Holocaust denial, Timothy, he could have gone on to mention, I'm sure, is that the moment the Holocaust denial laws suddenly passed here, clerics and people like Ahmadinejad in Iran always says, look, there are holy things in Europe they cannot say. How come they are allowed to cartoon the Prophet Muhammad, but they ban things? You see, they have holy things as well. It's a terrible, terrible rod for free society's backs. Secondly, the MCB, Mullah Council of Britain, one of its most senior members, Dawud Abdullah, signed the Istanbul Declaration that calls open attacks on anyone who supports or has ships in the area outside Gaza in helping the international blockade. That, I think, is a serious thing for one of the heads of the biggest umbrella organisation that was in the UK to do.
You support the Israeli illegal bombing of Lebanon, so I mean this is just ridiculous. Now you're getting into political view.
Well, no, because no, it's not irrelevant at all. We can have that debate back and I wouldn't expect you to agree with me on that, but I also wouldn't expect anyone to pass laws against it. But this comes on to one of the other things, is that if you start to pass laws, this is one of the reasons I think there's a problem with the race hate laws as well. Not because I think that people should go around saying racist things about each other, of course not. But I have to say, I'm not sure that it does make racists behave any better. I personally feel that if somebody is a racist, I'd rather I knew the fact. I'd rather that I knew what they thought about me.
Yes.
No, hang on. Okay, let's try it another way. Let's try it another way. This ties in with what the lady here. This is what the lady here said about walking down the street. Look, I've used this example many times, but let me give it to you fast. Very fast. If you're a gay man like me and you walk down the streets of Britain hand in hand with your boyfriend, there are about 3 streets in Britain you will not get abuse, I can guarantee it. It's much worse than a lot of the abuse that people talk about routinely as being offensive. Now, let me pick up on this. I don't think that people who shout unpleasant things at me should be criminalised. And if they're bigoted homophobes, I want to know they are. And I'd much rather live in a society where I knew that than I cover them over the face in behind.
I want to bring in you, and then you. And
Well, my point quickly is, without wanting to cause you offence, can we hear someone else speak?